All right, we're good. We're here. All right, guys, look, cool times. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, and I apologize. One, to Andrew, I'll tell you, man, it's I got to hang out with you, man, in Texas, and really got to know you, and super excited to be in business with you. And this is part of what I wanted to start putting together, man, is that we got so many badass agents, so many amazing leaders joining LPT Realty, and so one thing I'm starting to do is I'm going to start streaming live, these amazing real estate agents who have decided to partner with LPT Realty. And first up, this guy's a boss, man. Andrew.vose has a prosperity group. Been in Colorado and Florida for quite some time with his real estate team. He made the decision, I guess, a month or so ago. And so actually made the full-time move. And I never forget, man, that live video we were in Austin when you went live at the dinner table with this big, crazy, long family-style dinner table where we're all breaking bread together, hanging out, enjoying each other. And he went live saying, "Hey, guys, I'm coming." So, guys, it's Andrew. If you don't know him, you're about to learn who he is. So what's up, man?
What's going on? Thanks for having me on here. Thanks for everybody that's really been a part of this journey to get me over here. I know I started looking at this in August, and, timing is everything. And we understand that as realtors. We understand that for buyers and sellers. So we need to understand that for agents as well.
Totally.
And yeah, the last 4 years have been incredible, right? I've had a lot of mentors. I've had a lot. Well, you can even go back further than the last 4 years. Since I started business, I've met some of the most incredible people. I've been able to travel the world. I had my taste of success in, network marketing, residual income, real estate. But yeah, real estate has just been an incredible journey. I've had ups, downs, just like everybody else. I started in a market that wasn't generally like super easy, right? When COVID kicked off, I started a year before COVID.
Wow.
And okay, I sold 22. Yeah. So I started 22 homes I did 22 homes that year, 22 sides, if you will. And then the next year during COVID, I tripled my business, and I thought I was a badass. But really, it just was riding the wave with the market. So, just kind of share what we've done. And this isn't to brag, but just to impress upon you, if you are a brand new agent at any brokerage, it is your business. The brokerage is just there to support you and guide you through it. And your brokerage is important in that aspect because the tools that it offers you, or the mentorship that's around you, is super, super important. And I had that, right? So 22 homes the first year, 67 the second year, 178 with 4 people producing, to include myself, third year, and then 311 or 19. I always mix the numbers up. It's either 311 and 319 the fourth year, with 119 million in volume. Over 200 million in volume sold in 4 years, 578 homes, 3.5 plus in commissions earned or paid out to myself or our team members. So why do I share that? To impress upon you that this is a real business. It's fun, but I lost the fun the last year. Running a team is not as exciting as people make it out to be. Now, I love all of our people. So if you're watching this, it's not about that. It's about the stress that comes with it. Their success rises and falls off you. And if you're a leader, and I'm not saying I'm the best leader on the planet, but if you're a leader, you kind of feel how I feel. It keeps you up at night a little bit. Hey, are they producing enough? Am I providing enough value? Am I giving enough of my time? And I kind of lost a little bit of that fun. So when I saw this in August, and sorry, I'm kind of talking a lot. When I saw this in August, I saw a change. I saw fun. I saw doing cool shit with cool people, but the timing wasn't right. We are still 90 days out from Colorado, right? And so in December, when they said they were closer, they were a month out, or we could start putting people in. We're just at a soft launch. By the way, we're at a soft launch, Colorado. If you want to talk about
it, still there.
Yeah, we're still there. We're in North Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, Florida, about to be everywhere. Q1 and Q2 is going to be an amazing year. But when I saw it, and I saw people having fun again, and excitement, and people smiling, and people that maybe had missed the opportunity to win at EXP, or people that, were focused on real estate versus recruiting, I saw opportunity across the board. Sell more houses, earn a residual income if you want to put in the effort now, and earn a crap load of stock, right? And it's just been incredible. So I got that fire burning
Well,
again in my belly. Yeah.
Andrew, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember someone saying to me before prior to you making the move that you were shutting down your real estate team. Yep. And then correct me
Yeah.
if I'm wrong again. I think
Yeah.
you kind of got that. I'm seeing a lot of prosperity group right now, man. So you mentioned that fire being lit again. What happened there?
Yeah, so just we were going to shut down the team and just kind of go back to everybody just selling houses, and we were kind of in this weird like limbo where we couldn't make a decision. We were all like Tess and I, Gascon. We started the team together several years ago, and so it's been our baby. It's been our life for several years. That's hard to give up. So we were kind of torn, and we just could not get our systems and processes and our bandwidth really together. So we're like, you know what, we're doing people a disservice. Let's take a step back and not do it. And then we got all the leaders in Texas. I said, hey, come on, let's go see what these executives, what these people, what the Texas people are all about. Let's just go be around it, right? If we're not happy, we're not committed. We can literally just say we got a free trip to Texas.
Yep.
We got to hang out with cool people, and it's not for us. Cool. But we brought the leaders down, and everybody just got excited again. You could see it in their faces. You could see it in the way they walk, the way they move. And we just decided to restructure our team to where it's more of a collaboration group. It's a brand. It's somebody can say, yeah, I'm with Prosperity Group, and know that they're going to get good customer service, but we're not taking our agents' money. We're not doing that. So we're not doing anything on. I'm not trying to knock any team or anything like that, because I know to run a successful team, you basically have to take 50-50.
Yeah.
Right.
Takes
To
money,
get your time paid for, it's 50-50. Now, the way I structured it now is I'm just like, don't call me at 10 o'clock at night. I'm spending time with family. I'm sleeping. We are going to run this like a giant collaboration group. I'm here to support you. And we do provide some leads that we do that traditional split with, at 50-50. But it just got me excited again. We're doing coaching calls with Robert Palmer next week. He's going to be coaching our team. I reached out to him while he was on vacation. Sorry, Robert. And I was like, hey, I heard that you're going to be coaching a couple teams. And if you don't know, Robert Palmer is our CEO. He's the founder of RP Funding, Listing Power Tools, all these big companies that people know in Florida prior to this. Yep. And I reached out to him, and I was like, hey, you got room for one more team? We'd like to be coached, right? Because if we're not seeking mentors in life, what are we seeking? Yep. We should always be going to the next level. Like whenever I start new coaching for the year, or whenever I plan my year out, I say, what's my coaching look like, right? What books am I going to start off the year with? Who am I going to line with, right? So right now I'm in Tony Robbins coaching. I got my 12 sessions coming up with that. I got the Life and Wealth Mastery that I'm going to in October. That's part of my coaching. I'm with Andy Frisella and Ed Millett and Arate Syndicate Group, right? So my coaching it's number one. Now I got Robert Palmer. Now I got the guy who I share vision with on building LPT, and he's going to cast that vision and help us refine systems and processes in our team. I don't know any other CEO. Like my last CEO, last owner of the company that I was at, forgot my name on a podcast we were at and called me Austin. And I had been selling real estate at that company for 4 years, over $200 million worth. And I was probably one of the top 1% in the company for selling houses, and you forget my name. So,
now that I guess, yeah, that does happen. And I mean, I get it, but it that is the difference, like being tied in, and something you said about in Texas. And I invited a few people. Obviously I got the chance to hang out with you, and I know what it was, man. It was the clubs and cowboy hats that got us. I mean, I know what I know what the sale was. That was a funny topic for another conversation with everybody. But with that said, I invited a couple of people to Texas because you nailed it, Andrew. The chemistry we have in this company so far is something. I was at Keller Williams for a long time, obviously EXP for a minute too, and not a knock on either one of them companies, but this is probably, I can tell you guys with 100% confidence, the best chemistry, and maybe chemistry and the culture that I felt that I did at Keller Williams. Like back in the day at Keller Williams, you had the Keller Williams office and we do these events all through Austin and things like that. It was great. And I was walking with Benjamin Beers, and we're walking in Austin of all places. And Benjamin goes, man, you know what this feels like? I'm like, I know. This feels like those Keller Williams experiences we had back in the day. And look, nothing against that company. We just saw a little something different and potentially better that, fueled our life in business. And I feel like this has been a merge of like all the things we've learned. And I know, Andrew, you weren't at Keller, but I was at Keller for quite some time. And all the great things we learned from these other amazing companies, I do feel like LPT's kind of merged those in and then sprinkled a little extra magic on top. And that's been a really interestingly beneficial change. And also, too, the same thing you said, man, I was living in Puerto Rico. I wasn't selling houses. I was focused on agent attraction and systems and growth. And I got that fire lit also. I'm sitting here literally, you're in Pensacola and you bounce between Pensacola and Colorado. But I'm sitting here in Rosemary Beach, Florida with the Homes and Beach real estate team. And, we're sitting same thing, man, getting our systems in place, hopefully to get mentored by Robert too once we get a decent amount of volume. Because look, I haven't sold a damn house in like 4 or 5 years. It is so different, I was telling somebody yesterday, I'm finally getting this rusty wheel turning. I've used a shit ton of WD-40 and finally it's starting to turn. And I'm like, oh yeah. Like I just got the call with a gentleman in Florida, buddy that I've been knowing for a long time in Keller Williams. And that's what he asked me. He goes, man, Anthony, why? And I said, man, at the time, I thought it was opportunity. And it is. I mean, we have an interesting opportunity we're sitting in front of. There's no doubt about that. But really with that whole real estate first concept, which that's why I asked you that question, Andrew, is like, you literally went from shutting down or potentially shutting down your real estate team to go, okay, I'm not doing that. I'm going to focus on real estate. So maybe give everybody, because I think people are starting to hear real estate first that LPT's focus on. It's kind of like real estate reimagined, real estate first. Give everybody your opinion on what that means and what that's done for you and your business.
Yeah, it's funny that you bring this topic up. I'm about to do a video later, 5 reasons why LPT outdoes the rest. And the first one on that is real estate focused. So what I'd love to see and hear is I will never be on stage because of how much money I made from recruiting. I love to hear that. I love to hear that we're going to be putting people on stage that are actually in the trenches, still selling homes and houses and investments and business and commercial, and people that are in the field, right? Because when somebody gets a real estate license, do they necessarily say, well, they may now, right? If you're a top influencer, a billionaire that's going to come to a company and just recruit, you may say that you're going to get a real estate license for recruiting, but 99.99999% of people do not get a real estate license to recruit. So the recruitment opportunity is only for about 5 to 12% of a company. And that goes for any company that has a recruiting structure. Those are the only people that really participate all out in that. So you really have to focus on a company and tools and structure that is going to go to the masses. And I thought, and I still think, the vision here is to sell more homes. I want to be on stage for selling homes. I love being on stage. I love passing my knowledge. I want to get more stock. I want to do all that. All that is real estate focused with the marketing and the listing power tools and the free stuff you get. And then also the marketing dollars you get for hitting the top 1% in the company, up to $15,000 matching. What other companies doing that to help you sell more homes? So when I look at it and I look at where I was, again, company treated me great where I was. They were, not every company is perfect, and I know that, but they treated me great in the door and out the door. Can't say enough good things, but I think the vision is skewed. I think it's an agent ran company by agents that aren't real agents anymore. They're by recruiters. They're by people that have vision to recruit the whole world and not sell another home. So I think I just want to come be a part of something where, I have an opportunity to recruit. I'm not going to sit here and not say I'm not going to, because the way the company looks now is not what it's going to look like for an agent coming into the opportunity at agent 85,000. So I'm going to help myself and any other agents that want to come along with me to build a nice revenue share and be in the top 50% of the company. But I also wanted our team to be in the top 1% of the company too, selling homes. So that lit my fire up too, because people can say they don't care about recognition. Everybody cares about recognition. Recognition
Right.
looks different for people. But when I got that award from Real Trends, Tom Ferry, right, for being one of the number 8 mega team in the state of Colorado last year and the top 1.5% in the nation, that makes me proud. That makes me feel like we're doing something kick ass, right? We're building something, and I can go on and on. I have culture, marketing, clear vision, passive. I'm glad we're talking about this.
Well, like we're gonna precursor to the live, so make sure
Yeah.
go follow Andrew on Facebook or wherever you're gonna do this, Instagram, and everybody can see the full breakdown.
Yeah.
No, man, but what else do you think? I know this was a tough decision for you, and that's something that the gentleman had a conversation with this morning too. He said, man, that had to be a tough decision. And I think a lot of people are sitting on the fence. And one thing that he pointed out, which I thought was really interesting, he's like, man, Anthony, if I make a change, I'm almost letting a lot of people down because I asked them, I convinced them, I brought them into another company, and then now I'm leaving. What's your take on that as a leader for other people?
Yeah. So I would say that's either an ego or a pride thing. There's a lot of people that sit on the sidelines and didn't go to EXP when EXP was exploding. Now, if I was a business person and I sat on the sideline and watched a company grow and explode, and I missed an opportunity, you better believe I'm taking Wayne Gretzky's advice
Right.
and I'm going where the puck is going. I
Yep.
am not going to sit on the sidelines and let my ego, because it's bigger than my bank account, stop me from learning and growing and earning. I will not sit on the sideline and watch opportunity pass by. I put money in things all day. I've got venture capitalist money going on. I got real estate money going on. If you have an opportunity, I will hear you out. Will I participate in it? Maybe a little. Will I participate all out? Maybe. I don't know. Or will I participate at all? Maybe not. I don't know. But what I would say to people is you're not going to let them down. The only way you're going to let them down is if you don't share the opportunity with them. If I told my agents, hey, if you ever go look at another brokerage or an opportunity or a different career field, you're fired. You're dead to me. I'm a shitty ass leader. Straight up.
Yep.
They should not be following me to anywhere. They should be running away from me. Now, my take on it is you should look at every opportunity. You need to know what's out there. You need to know, and you're not letting them down. I would pass the opportunity to them because it may be a better fit for them than it is you.
Yep.
Right. And you leaving a company that you had pride in, that you loved. And, I got this a little bit when, I'm not even going to call the person out that said it, but they were like, oh, Andrew was saying on his podcast or on EXP's podcast that EXP was the best brokerage on the planet. At the time it was.
Yep.
I knew no different.
And
right?
it is still to others. I mean, look, guys, it is still the best brokerage on the planet to others, for sure. I agree with you on that.
And so what I would say is just, dig deep, ask yourself, is this an ego thing? Is this a pride thing? Why am I not going? Why am I not sitting down with that person? Is it because you got a bad taste in your mouth from EXP or another brokerage that tried to recruit you? For one, recruiting is part of real estate. That's how brokers and team leaders make their money.
Yep.
You're going to be recruited, and you should take every meeting because you never know what's going to come out of that meeting. A best friend, a wife, a business opportunity. You don't know what's going to happen. So take every meeting, be professional, and go everything with an open mind. I love this analogy. I look at life or my mind like a parachute. It works best when I'm open. Do I want my parachute closed as I'm falling 14,000, 1,200 or whatever, however length I'm falling? I prefer it to be open. And that's how your mind should be. So I would look at every opportunity. I would check it out. I would do the numbers, and I would look at the long term. I'd look at the 3 to 5 year plan. I don't go always to 5 years. Some people plan that far out. I like 1 to 3 years. What could your life be like? What would it be like with an extra $70,000 worth of stock, with an extra $10,000 in revenue share? That could pay some bills. That could pay for your family vacation to Disney. That could pay for two. That could pay for something else that you wanted, a boat, a car, savings, like something.
It's supplemental income, man. And I was having a conversation, Joey DeSane is who I picked as a sponsor in this company. And he's been an amazing guy to sit back and kind of chat with and learn from, because he built the real estate team in Orlando. And I did the same thing in the New Orleans market. And that's where, I wouldn't say I struggle, but I ask agents, it's like, it's a supplemental income. Like, you don't mean it. Like some people are like, yep, I'm recruiting. Some people are like, hey, I want to recruit a little bit. Some people say, I want to attract. We all, the gentleman I was on the phone with earlier, he's like, I don't beat around the bush. I'm calling to recruit you. And him and I had a great conversation. He said, Anthony, there's not a shot in hell I ever come to the company. So you know what? It's been a while since I connected with you. I'm glad I did, because I forgot how badass of a leader you were. And that's what it came down to. But with that said, that money that could be made, if you're in a real estate, like you said, an extra $1,000, that pays your car note. An extra $2,000 pays your car note, maybe a house note. Or, you can look at this, that's a supplement income to run your business. Like, one thing I'm looking at right now with the money that's going to be potentially coming in via the revenue share model is that's going to supplement marketing for my real estate team. It's an add-on. We're doing the business already. Why not make a little bit extra? And then that does help grow a lot of the other agents who partner with you. And that's the one thing I ask team leaders all the time lately, and maybe you did this, Andrew. It's like, I ask them, what do you think? Oh, you know what? It's not for me. And I said, well, what about the we? And they're like, what do you mean? I said, what about your agents? When you start a real estate team, it is not about you guys. And that's what I think some people do potentially struggle. And I've been there. I was like, when I was running a real estate team, all the transactions were going into my name at one time. And then, all the transactions were looked like it was going through me, and people held me to a certain standard. But to be honest with you, I wasn't doing a lot of the business, if not any of the business at some points, and that's when you got to ask those people, like, if you're a team leader, have a conversation with myself or Andrew, because I could tell you, if you sat down and asked your agents, and look, some agents say, hell no, I like what I got. But if you ask them, hey, if we could offer stock incentives, we could offer you revenue share, all these different marketing opportunities. And as a team leader too, Andrew, you were spending money on all this stuff, where LPT has come and supplemented. The money that I was spending on marketing is almost cut in half or to a third right now.
Yeah. I've gotten a taste of residual income. I've got a taste of mailbox money, of stock and stuff like that. And when you get a taste of it and you understand the power of it, you will do anything in your power to not lose it. Yep. Right. And I think, man, if you don't figure out how to get paid when in your sleep, you're going to work till the day you die.
Yep.
Plain and simple. Yep. You can invest all day. You can do all that. But how many homes will you have to purchase to get a cash flow of $1,000 a month?
Oh, dude, all the money you got to put up to buy those homes.
Let me I'm just going to break it down. So say you have $1 million property, right? Or let's say you have a $500,000 property, you could rent it out for $2,400 to $3,000 a month. I'm actually going high on this. You have to spend $500,000 to make $200 to $400 a month. Now you have to do that 3 or 4 more times to even get to that. And if you don't have that income to show, how are you going to go to the bank and leverage that money? So here's the best way to do it. You build a collaboration team, you leverage people, you leverage your time, you give back, you hustle the fucking shit out of this, and you build something that doesn't revolve around you having to go to a bank and leverage money. Now, I do that, but I have the means to do that now. But I didn't have, there's just so much we could talk about, but yes, I agree with you 100% on the team. If you're not offering new ways, innovative ways to your team members, or allowing them to go explore and see what's out there and really holding them back, you're just selfish.
Yeah, I agree.
So, it's okay to be good selfish though. Yep. If you're going after your goals and dreams and you're so laser focused and you are helping people along the way, that is a form of being selfish, right? You are worried about you so you can help more other people, because you can't help any people if you can't help yourself, right? So when I say selfish, there's good and bad, right? So just don't be the bad kind.
No, absolutely. Well, man, I wanted to keep this under half an hour, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
your time, Andrew. I know you're crazy busy. Super excited to be in business with you, man. Super excited to get to know you better as a leader. And is a good human altogether, man. This guy's been an amazing asset since he's joined this company with us. And man, what's anything you want to follow up with to give everybody some closing points on
No,
what you can
just
do or help them?
if you've seen LPT or you see what we're doing, just get back with the person that invited you the opportunity. Whether it affects me monetarily or not, I'd love to chat with you. And help you make the decision to come with us. Come have fun with us. Do cool shit with cool people. I'm about to ask Robert if we can get a bunch of First Form T-shirts or the All American style with do cool shit with cool people made.
Yeah.
But I'd love to have a conversation with you. And if there's anything I can do for you on real estate side, I'm always doing podcasts with RedX. I got free links and ambassador tools I would help you with. And if you just need advice, I had a guy call me from Texas. I met him at a World Ventures conference. He was a finance guy sitting at the bar. Him and his husband, they were and I met the guy and he started doing real estate in Texas. Never came to EXP with me. He's happy where he's at. Cool. I'm happy for him. Calls me. He said, "Hey, I need some advice. What are you doing right now? How are you generating business?" I said, "Tony, you know what? Anything you need, bro. Let's talk." So we talked for 20, 30 minutes, gave him everything I'm doing, some advice, and appreciate it. Right. So no monetary gain. I wasn't thinking about any. I did end it. I said, "Hey, if you're ever looking to partner, the conversation's still
You're a
open."
closer, man. You got to. Right.
Yeah, but I didn't go into the conversation with that. So if you guys ever need anything, shoot me a call, text, DM. If you send me a DM on Instagram, likelihood of me getting it is small. So send me a DM on Facebook. I look at those more and just crush 2023.
Cool. All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Go crush it, brother. Bye.